Hey guys, welcome back from Classic Work. Got another good one for y'all today. This is a 4760, or what's left of one. And yeah, we're got some not so great stuff going on here. There's a hydraulic tray or a frame that sits right here that holds hydraulic pump to run the hydraulics for like the steering and the 3-point hitch on this tractor and whatnot. And she broke off. You can see here, there's one there and one there, bolts holding the frame on. And I get a lot of people complain to me about one of my broke off bolt videos I did like up 10 years ago, saying, I was like, oh man, you know, you had all the room in the world to get those out. Well, here you go, I got one that's a little harder to get to. So yeah, I get a lot of comments in the shit talker about that one, so we're gonna see if we can't get these two out. I don't know if you could tell how rusty they were in there, but they've been broke off a long time, and it looks like it ain't gonna be fun. So y'all will get to see this is probably in my business and what I do. I'd say 30% of my business is probably stuff like this, broke off bolts and that kind of stuff. So the motor in this tractor is a 6076, which is the predecessor to John Deere's 466 that they had. Yes, John Deere also had a 466. Very popular size back in the day. But yeah, let's see if we can get this mean old girl right here to get these bolts out. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is try to clean those bolts up a little bit. Just going to take a needle scaler and just try to knock off the big stuff. If I can get the air hose in here. If there's any dirt or sharp edges or whatnot, they should be gone now. Yeah, it's definitely better. Alright, I should be able to go from there. So, usually always do the easiest thing first, you know. Whether you like the old center punch technique or whether you like the old, you know, drill in there and use it, ease out or something technique. But no, I don't like any of those per se. We're just gonna catch it on fire and call insurance. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get the old welding rod in there and see if I can't build it up enough. That's usually my go-to technique because very high chance of failure. So we're just gonna go with that. I'm gonna get some bolts to weld on, and I'm just gonna use a 6010 5P plus and run her a little hot, and normally try to not weld to the sides. That's usually a good deal. So let's go fire up the SA250 and let her warm up. See how many fires I have to put out today. Everything's wet and nasty. Making progress slowly. Got a pretty good nugget on there. Alright. Alright. So, yeah, that's a rod bolt, I think. That might be a main bolt. I'll get it down in there. Looks like I can. Alright. See if I can do all this. Actually, I'm going to put a little bit of a taper in the bolt here. Shine a little light on it so you can see, I guess. There you go. I'm going to put a little bit of a taper here. That way I ain't trying to hit all this old well that I done used this bolt on once upon a time. So, that's a little better there. We'll try it. Sorry if my hand's all in the way. I gotta be able to get in here though. Well, I can't get my welding rod in there. Do it like this. Good tap on it. Had a little bit of a fire there. It's okay though. Got her put out. Alright. So now we've got roughly 2 tacks on it, which is not enough. But I can't get to the bottom. Well, I might get to the bottom, but I doubt it. So, let me go get some more tools here. So, give the head a little bit of smack. It seems pretty solid, so it'll be hard to tell. Attempt to give her a little jar action. Well, she's coming. Now see? I think you can. Take my gloves off so I can feel better. I think we got lucky on that one. She ain't coming too hard. We've made it 180 degrees. You can make it 360, that's usually a sign that you'll make it. Got it. Now, there's one. Alright, I'm sure that jerker's still a little warm. Not warm as I thought. There you go. There's one. We barely had it though, if you can tell there. Ideally, I'd want her welded on this side too, but it came out pretty easy, so we'll go with that. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Alright, now we gotta get this one. Can y'all see that? Right there, up here. Let me reposition the camera. Alright. Trying to find a place to put the light that ain't in the way. Y'all can see. There you go. You see that? Yeah. See it better than I can. It's good. Alright. This one here, if you notice, the metal's a little more torn out. So need to be careful not to get off center. So it's very important. We're gonna keep our rag where it's at. Get a little hot. They're looking good. Got a little bit of the bulge on the bottom. I gotta watch that. They'll get caught in the hole a lot of times when you're trying to get them out. Hit it one more time. Need a little bit more. It's probably gonna do it right there. Yeah, I believe that's gonna work. Alright. Okay. Now boys and girls, I don't recommend this, but I'm feeling kind of confident, but I don't recommend doing this. We're going to use the one that we just pulled out to pull that one out without cutting this off. I'll weld this up a little bit better once I get it tacked. So I don't recommend you do this because it's very possible it could break in a different spot. But yeah, we're gonna give it a try. This is gonna be tough.
Give you trouble?
I got one out.
Good. Out of trouble?
Wasn't that bad.
You want a smaller boat?
I like this one.
Okay. I don't know how you keep from welding to the house.
6 and 10 does a lot of it.
Oh, I can't see. Huh?
Can't see.
I can put a glove on and hold it for you.
You can't get in here, Daddy. Ain't room for one person.
Can I do it on this side?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's tight fit.
See if that'll work.
Lee said you make that look easy.
Yeah, it took me a long time.
Yeah, it takes experience, John.
go.
Everybody can't do it.
You gotta try.
Hold it light.
Do what?
Hold it close.
Did.
Can't do it by hand. You just pump.
Hand don't work as good.
Pump in action, yeah.
You need it.
You want the small impact?
You got a 12.3 quarter? I think I got one.
I got an adapter, I think. Yeah, I got one.
Hang on. It's rounding off. I think it's trying to come apart.
Put some more on it.
Weld a little more. Trying to break.
That welder runs good. You like it better than 200?
With a 250? Some things about it I like. I don't like how loud it is.
I guess it's more industrial than a 200.
It is. Well, they're about the same. You got to remember, Daddy, that 200 was 20-something years older than that machine too.
You ever think you'd be doing that when you got out of welding school?
No. Not professionally, at least.
Well, somebody's got to do it.
Yeah.
Paul always told me.
That's right.
It was moving.
Yeah, it's still moving.
Coming out, ain't it?
Here it went. Yep, broke.
Turn loose. That went that pretty far, wasn't it?
It was in there fairly deep. Wasn't nothing.
Well, at least they put shoulder bolts in.
Huh?
Last time he told us to put shoulder bolts in.
Oh, he thought they were broke real deep up in there, is what he said.
No.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. Have to edit out all that talking.
We charge about $1,000 for that.
If you want to.
No, I'm just kidding.
Add it onto the
Add it on to the bill.
chopper. Yeah, add it on the
That's
bill. We done a lot.
I have people ask me all the time when I do broke off bolt stuff is why I don't use, weld washers and nuts. You can't argue with the results. So these are all some that I've pulled out over the years. A lot of them I've thrown away, but these are some in my collection. I mean, I like the bolt technique partly because you can get them in such tighter places. So stuff like this one here, it looks to be about a little over an inch, how deep it was. It's amazing how much heat you can put on them and still be able to, to pull them out. Like today we did the double technique. Here's one that I pulled out. 1, 2, 3, 4 looks like. I may have tried for another one and it didn't make it. But so you can chain them together. Here's one I did that was really deep. This one here, that looks to be about 3 inches long, a weld. That's probably, if I were to guess, that's probably about 4, maybe 5, 6 rods there. It's a pile of them. And you can tell that it wasn't in there that tight because that's very small diameter, but all that heat building up in there, helped break it loose. So, and this one was not straight down. This was horizontal, if I'm not mistaken. About 6 inches off the ground, horizontal more or less. So I think that came out of a hay cutter, if I remember right. But, here's another one that was stupid deep. Once again, this one was, that one there, I may not could have got it out. It looks like it broke off. But I mean, if you're really patient, you can sit there and it may take you 30 minutes, to build up that far. Here's the one we pulled out today. But it may take you 30 minutes to do it, but heck, if it saves you, a day, waiting on somebody to come out there and get it out, you can do it. So the other reason I like the bolt technique, these here, both of these I cut off of another bolt. Here's another one that I cut off. There's a bunch of them here, even a small bolt, smaller bolt. But you can reuse them so many times. There's bolts here. I got some veterans here that have been used countless times. That in there has been hit on so many times. The hardness marks there are flattened off. I mean, that's why I like the bolt technique. The trick to it is get a good bolt to begin with. This right here is a rod bolt out of International Tractor. I do know that. These here these may be also rod bolts too, out of either an International or John Deere tractor, one of the two. One of them in here, I don't remember what that bolt was. It had something to do with the motor though. But find you a grade 8 bolt that has no coating on it. This coating right here, this zinc coating, this don't weld good. This is also a grade 5. But they'll do in a pinch, but if you got a sure enough stuck bolt, they don't tend to weld very good. They blow out real bad too. But if you notice, every one of these that I've welded, these are all 6010 cellulose rod. So a 6013 or a 6011, 6010. A lot of people tell you that that won't work, they're too brittle. When you weld that deep, you can't do that with a fill rod like a 7018 or a 7014 or any of the equivalent. It's got to be a fast freeze rod like a 6010, 6011, 6013, one of those. That's the only way that you can get them to build like that. Here's another one. But that's, even that one there, that's all 6010. And everybody says, oh, they're real brittle. They are brittle. And there are times that a 6010 will not get you out of there. I've had to cap some with 7018 to get them to hold, but it's rare. Yeah, like I said, the majority of the ones you see sitting here are all 6010. I would say more than 90%. So if you got the patience and you're willing to sit there and mess with it a little bit, you can do some impressive stuff with the old weld out bolt technique. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed it and hope you got something out of it. Till next time, y'all take care and God bless from Classic Work.